Howdy, folks. Welcome back to another episode of R&P What Sold. This is going to be for the last week. This is going to be for the first week of July 2021. And let's get straight into it. All right, first up here, I've got an Aston Villa AVFC EPL Premier League soccer jersey. Now, this thing was beaten up. The whole front was basically torn apart. Like the entire logo on the front was gone. So you couldn't see it. So if you didn't know what it was, you wouldn't know what it is because it's all faded. It's still sold, $32.48. Reason this one sold, I think, is because I put Jack Grealish in the description of the shirt, and he is a soccer player, plays in the English Premier League, and he was on the English national team that just went to the Euro finals. So anyone that's in current teams doing well, put them in the titles, your keywords or descriptions, and people will be looking for those types of things. So $2.99 purchase and $32.48 out the door. All right, next up is a vintage Earl's Hideaway Lounge and Tiki Bar t-shirt. It's just a random Florida bar, and I guess it's their swag, their merch. This one sold for $35.98. I got this for 99 cents last summer. And I buy anything. I like stuff that's kind of swag for interesting looking venues, bars, restaurants. The brighter the colors, the better the designs, the better. This is Tiki related, so that's an added thing you can put in there. Another keyword you can add. So this one sold $35.98 out the door. So very, very happy with that. All right. This next one is a lot that I've had for a while. It's a lot of Hakata Urasaki, washable doll, clay mudmen. And I'm not even sure if I had that description correct. They're 3.5-inch tall little figurines made out of clay. 3 of them sold $68.15 total out the door. And I believe I got an email from an eBay customer saying I had mislabeled them, mistitled them a few months back. So I edited it. So I believe this is now the description. Well, it's sold now. And so $68.15 out the door. I believe I got these for $4.99 total from a garage sale, I want to say 2 years ago. All right, next up, I like picking up t-shirts from musical venues or in this case, it was a musical, The Nutcracker, Sacramento. I got this one a few months back, $2.99 purchase, sold for $27.67. Only 2011 shirt, so it's not vintage or anything like that, but anything with a venue title, anything music related, event related that people may have gone to and may have wanted to go to, always does well with me. Get it for less than $3, sell it for $27.67. I'm good with that. All right, next up, this is another t-shirt, Modern English, the band from the 80s. It actually is from, I guess, a comeback tour, 2017 t-shirt, size medium, so not a great size. Sold for $26. I got this for $2 and probably about 6 months ago. And $26 out the door. I buy anything band related, even if I haven't heard of the band, especially if it has tour dates on the back. I don't care if it's 2021 on the back or 1921. The older the better, obviously, but people like to reminisce even if it was from 6 months ago. All right, let's skip a few of these so we're not just doing t-shirts. All right, this next one is another board game. I think I put an Instagram post about this one. The Civil War, 1861 to 1865. It's Victory Games. It's an RPG war strategy game. I bought this in a lot of games, I want to say 3 months ago now, maybe. I'm still going through these. I still have a few left. $51.10. I had about $10 in this, I believe. Maybe $8 if you divide up what I spent on the entire lot. So $51.10 out the door. And I love picking up these types of old vintage RPG games, basically pre-1995, pre-internet. All of these games were very hot, and now they're coming back. So if you see them for a decent price, pick them up. Obviously, don't overpay and double check that. And I know this is a difficult one, that all the pieces are there, because sometimes there's like 300 pieces in there. Do your best. And if you're not sure, just take a picture of the entire thing and say, you know, sold as is. And, you know, to the best of my knowledge, this is complete. But somebody that knows about the game will be able to tell. But all you can do is be as transparent as possible. But 5110 out the door, I'm happy with that one. All right, this one is another shirt, but I want to highlight it because it's a brand that's actually coming back for me a little bit. Vineyard Vines, a basic t-shirt. I've sold this one before. It was returned, and it sold again. This one sold for $20, actually. And it was just a basic vineyard. There's nothing fancy about this at all. It just has the Vineyard Vines logo on the front. Nothing fancy at all. And like I said, this one, I might have even talked about this before. It sold, it was returned, and it sold again nearly immediately for $20. All right, next up, this is an American flag. It's a blanket, throw blanket American flag, sold for $99.94. I had $4.99 into this. I've had this for, I want to say, about 18 months. Francis Scott Key 15-star American flag U.S. throw blankets. So this one, I'm really, really happy to see this one go. Sat for a while, but I thought it was just very cool designed. Obviously, the flag always does well, especially around this time of year. It sold right around July 4th, a little bit afterwards, actually, which is interesting. But $99.94 out the door for $4.99 purchase. I'm very happy with that. I pick up blankets every now and then. Usually they don't sell until fall or winter though, but you never know. Okay. Next up, I picked up about 6 to 8 Snoopy and Friends Peanuts related puzzles. They were all $2.99 to $4.99, I believe. These were all dated in the late 60s, I believe. And this one sold for $31 out the door, including tax and shipping. And it's nothing fancy, just I think it's a 100-piece puzzle, nothing very big or very complicated, but Peanuts always does well for me. This type of thing is not going to do incredibly well, though, only because it was pretty mass-produced. And even I have multiple copies of each one. Like, I think I had 4 different puzzles and 2 copies of each, slightly different copies of each, but basically the same thing. So $31 out the door, and I have to check. I don't know if it was $2.99, $3.99, or $4.99 that I paid for this, but either way, happy with that. Okay, this next one is an LL Bean Hawaiian Tiki shirt. Just a regular basic polo, but in a kind of a Hawaiian theme. And this one sold for $34.98. I've had this one for a while. I just thought it was good. This combination of Hawaiian shirt with a polo shirt with the LL Bean logo. So happy with that. Very cool shirt, I thought, actually. If I hadn't sold this one, I might have kept it. But I believe I paid $2.99 from this from Thrift. But I've had this one, I want to say, for 2 years, so it didn't sell overnight. Okay, let's skip a few of these and see what else we got left here. Excuse me. Okay, and this next one is a fire hydrant wrench. I picked this up at a new thrift store that I hadn't been to before, kind of in the middle of Sacramento. I paid $4.99 for it. It still says $4.99 actually on the wrench, and it was because it had been written in black Sharpie, and I did my best to get it off, but you could still see it if you looked. So I took a picture of that so you could see that. But this sold for $64.28. And I've never sold a fire hydrant wrench before. So I called my buddy Leroy, Blood, Sweat, and Sell, and asked him, you know, is this worth buying? When I was in the store, and he said, yeah, go ahead and get it. Those go for between 50 and 75 bucks, I think he said, or 50 and 100 bucks. So it went right in between there. $64.28, including tax and shipping. Happy to sell that from a $4.99 purchase, especially since I had no idea what it was. It's actually a shut-off tool, I guess. So when you go to fire hydrants, use this to turn on or turn off the fire hydrant. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, we're going to end up here with one more. Another action figure. I sell a lot of these. Another one from that same Star Wars lot I've been selling from for like, seems like forever. 1980 Star Wars Lobots. and it says complete with, has the little Bespin blaster there, the little blue gun. And this one was used, but I think when I broke down how much each of these individually cost, it was just a few dollars per figure in that lot of about 30 to 40 figures, $37.08 out the door. Happy with that. And, you know, especially from just like a $3 purchase, these kind of dribble through. Like I said, every couple of weeks or so, I sell a different figure. And if you have the accessories like I happen to have for this one, it will always do better. So that's just a short video, I believe 10 to 12 items that sold in the beginning of July. It's not all the items I've sold, but just kind of hopefully a variety of items that will help you decide what to buy when you're out there sourcing. And we do have a sponsor for this week's video. It is my buddy Rerun here. And I think if you ever watched our morning shows, my buddy Leroy, Blood, Sweat, and Sell, was asking me to go, whenever I go to Starbucks or any place that writes down your name on a drink, and have somebody else's name written down on there. So that's what I did. I had his name written. Actually, it's not his name. It says Rerun, if you can see that. But so I challenge you to go out there and buy a drink and have somebody else's name on there, and then take a picture of it and stick it on Instagram or YouTube, or just send it to somebody. It will brighten up somebody else's day. But until the next one, please like and subscribe. That helps me out, and I will talk to you later. This is Mo signing off. Bye.